Hello everyone and welcome to another Glimesh team meeting. This is the first meeting of June. Welcome everyone in. If you're new here, this is our team meeting. We do this every single Tuesday. It's really a way for us to kind of talk about the business, talk about the work we're doing here, the new features we've done, all sorts of stuff. For anyone who hasn't been one of these before, we kind of go through a couple of slides here, and then if you have any questions along the way, you want to know more about anything, please feel free to ask while it's happening. That way we can discuss it. Sometimes a lot of people have the same question, so by asking your own question, you can kind of help others. But if you do have any other questions that aren't related, something that isn't what we're talking about, feel free to just hold off on that question until the very end, and then we'll answer it in a stream context. Right now we are recording to YouTube. And streaming this to Glimesh.tv, so if you don't consent to that, please don't talk in either text or voice, depending on where you're at. All right, with that, let's get started. All right, so the first slide we cover is metrics, and last week was a little bit of a doozy. Discord is down about 65 members, which was less than last week. Twitter is down 2, so we did lose 2 people. On Reddit, we lost 1. Instagram is no change. Facebook and TikTok grew about 3 and 2, and then Gilded, no change. On the unique streamers perspective, which is the number of unique streamers using the platform, we did go down by about 28 unique streamers. Now, I do know that last week was heading right into the American Memorial Day, so I know a lot of people we're taking some time off with their families, but we do want to keep monitoring these numbers. And then peak viewers was down about 8. On the users perspective, we are up. I removed the numbers on users because it was kind of misleading. Users are never going to go down, and if they do, we'll call it out specifically. And then MRR is down 145, so monthly recurring revenue. Sport tickets, we had about 21, which is right in line with last week's 27. And yeah, there's the metrics. And as a reminder, on this slide right here, this dip here, that's not real. That's just I run the report the day after, so there's barely any streams by the time it runs. All right, traffic. We did lose about 1,000 unique visitors on average over the past week. You can see that here. This is the previous full week, and this is last week. Page views as well went down. Bounce rate's about the same, and duration's about the same. Now, Twitter, on the other hand, is seeing an uptick of, not only activity, but impressions, profile visits, etc. So this was kind of last month, which was heading off of the tail end of the launch. And so this number is dramatically lower, but we are going up from where we were. So these numbers are positive. As well as profile visits, we are seeing, an uptrend on those. Mentions as well is down less than it was, and followers is about the same. Oh, you can't see my pointer. I apologize. I don't know if I can fix that. Nope, I can't fix that. So, sorry. Let me see if I can do this. Boop. Boop. Oh, okay. So I was pointing,
fancy.
This is last week. This is the last full week, and this is last full week. Same here. All right, and then we did finish out May. Now, May is still partial as far as income goes. Stripe doesn't settle the final balance until the day after the day of closing. So May 31st was yesterday, so it doesn't settle until the 2nd. So we're only going to miss maybe $100 or there, something there. But basically what I did here was I put together our 2021 financials so far, which was the 3 months we've been in production so far. That way you can see kind of it all visually on the screen. This is super important to track, and this is kind of our bread and butter as far as what we need to make sure we're always on top of. As long as we're making profit each month, we can continue existing. But if we start to have to spend money we're not recouping, that's when we have to have harder conversations. You can see here in May, we did tremendously less business in March and April. not only is gross down, but of course payouts to streamers is down as well because they're losing subs, and our revenue has just been kind of, again, with our traffic, it's just going down. Now, the good news is we did resize all of our infrastructure to reflect our new levels of viewership, and so the servers are less expensive. You can see here we went from 5,000 basically, $5,000 a month in expenses on DigitalOcean to about 2,000, now down to 1,500. So this number is still considerably less than this one, so we are still profitable. Now, we've been talking about credits, DigitalOcean credits, over the past couple of months. Those have now fully expired, so now we're spending our own money, which is perfectly fine. Like I said, we've been planning for this since the beginning, and actually we are, if these months had never existed, if March and April had never existed, May does not look bad at all. Having 7,000 gross with 4,000 in revenue, and only spending, the only expenses there being 1,500, that's a pretty good deal. So we'll continue to monitor these, and hopefully our new features and some of our increased media presence will start to bring people back in. We're also planning on doing, once we've got these features landed, things like mobile app, things like improved video, we'll actually be emailing people again and sending out actual campaigns about like, hey, you haven't been to Glimesh in a while, check out the new Glimesh experience. It's better than it was. So yeah, that's the good financial stuff. From now on, we're not going to have any more budget, quote unquote, because we will be spending the full amount on DigitalOcean month over month. I do want to go through and resize our servers again, just to give them a little bit more appropriately sized to our audience, and we can save even more money here. All right, now let's talk about some features. So phase 2 is what we're working on right now. Phase 2 includes 5 new huge features. All of these are very large. The first 3 that we're working on right now is the Glimesh mobile app, the video improvements for poor networks, and then custom channel emotes. We actually have some news on custom channel emotes, and that news is that you can now use them. So I know a lot of people figured this out already. We linked it in a couple of places, but we have launched a very early alpha phase 2 version of our channel emotes. This allows you and your channel to have one static emote. Right now it's SVG only. We're doing that because we're still trying to learn the best possible way to do it. And we're limiting it to 1 per channel, not for any arbitrary reason, but because we know that we're going to be making some mistakes as far as emotes go. And so we want to kind of curb the usage of them, curb how many are uploaded. That way, if we have to delete all of them, for example, it's not going to be as big of a deal. So we don't want you to get too attached to them yet. So they're live on the site. So if you go to several different channels right now, you can see the new emotes. You can upload 1 right now, 1 SVG. We are exploring other file types, things like PNGs, right, that you're all used to. I know many of you are having difficulty converting, quote unquote, from a PNG into an SVG, and that's totally understandable because really you shouldn't even be converting. Those two things are not even like the same. Like it's like a pizza and a hamburger. Like it's not. They're both food, but they're not the same thing at all. And so while online converters can help, you actually end up normally with a worse emote than you did before. So if you do just want your PNG emotes, I would just hang tight. We're gonna launch, we're gonna launch PNG emotes here soon. That way you can kind of upload them without having to rewrite all of them, if you will. Now, the other thing we want to do is we want to make sure that channels have the ability to control how their emotes are used. We want to give you a couple of options. One of them is to allow your subscribers to use your emotes globally, so across the site. That'll be a per emote toggle. So you can say, hey, some emotes I want only in my channel, some emotes I want available for global. And then we're also going to make it so you can so your emotes are usable in your channel by anyone, even non-subscribers, and then optionally you can require subscribers to use your emotes. So basically, you'll have full control of how your emotes are used. There's a couple of outstanding questions still. We don't know exactly how many emotes we're going to let you have. We don't know how we're going to limit those. Really, we're interested in giving everyone a fair chance and opportunity to have emotes. You can see we already launched them to everyone, so we didn't limit anyone who could have it. So we'll kind of continue to do that. But one thing we do want to figure out is normal platforms, Discord, Twitch, all of those other ones, they do use emotes as, like pay gates, if you will. So I'm not saying that we want to do that same thing, but we want to learn more about like why we might want to do that before we go crazy. One quick thing to interject. If you're using an SVG, you can already write CSS inside the SVG. In fact, I disabled it, but you could also write JavaScript inside an SVG, which means that you can make an emote that is dynamic. It could even change and do things. Now, we do filter out all scripts, so you shouldn't be able to run those, and if you can, please report that. But SVG is a pretty nice format overall. All right, and then the final thing here is we do fully intend on supporting animated emotes in the form of GIFs or WebMs or APNGs or whatever the heck we figure out. Those will be available in the future to upload, and they'll have kind of the same restrictions or same options for you, the streamer, of whether you want subs to use them or use them globally or whatever it is. So yeah, so if you want to use your emotes or if you want to go get those set up now, you can visit your settings page and click on emotes. I'll send a link in chat real quick. Boop. There you go. Webm is a video, but it can also be my understanding is it can be a very compressed way of doing like GIF related activities. Like you can not have a soundtrack and literally just have it being a looping video. Even smaller than GIFs in some situations. All right, so yeah, you go get that set up. You do have to set up a prefix, which makes it so you can kind of prefix all your emotes with a certain name, whether it's Chris or clone or emote or whatever you want. You have to set up the prefix, and then once you have a prefix, you can upload all your emotes. Just kidding, one emote. All right, so moving on, we've got a couple more wins here. One of the things that happened last week, I don't know if everyone saw it, I'm pretty sure you did, we had our second ever community hosted event, which was, I think, a huge success. I really enjoyed it. It was a Tarkov tournament. Excuse me, I get very burpy during team meetings. That's awful. I apologize. All right. So yeah, we had a Tarkov tournament, which had I think eight competitors, and one of the coolest things was that all of them streamed it. So for anyone who saw it, you were able to click on the progeny tag and essentially see an entire stream list of people who are all playing in the same Tarkov tournament at the same time. And so you could have, the different competitors up at the same time and then see exactly where they're at and how they're killing the scavs or whatever the hell it's called. And then, of course, they whittled down the rounds, and then we actually had the winner. And so I think it was a super awesome event. It had a peak concurrent viewership of about 48 across all the channels, which is really, really awesome for us and really, really awesome for Art of COD. I hope you had a great event there, Art of COD. And I hope that you do more in the future. If anyone else here is interested in making an event, let me start with a quick preface. You're free to host whatever events you want on Glimesh. You don't need our permission. You don't need our acceptance. You just need to follow the terms of service. But if you have an if you have an event and you want to get help promoting it, and it's something that fits well with what we do here, we'd love for you to submit your event to us to help kind of advertise it and sponsor it. Now, Paco has a link there. You can definitely send your event our way. We're not guaranteed to accept it, but chances are, as long as you're following the terms of condition and the rules of conduct, you'll be perfectly fine. So.
There's more info at the top of that link as well.
Yep. And if you have any questions, you can call Paco directly. His number is 294. Just kidding. That was a joke.
No, that's not it. I'll put it in the chat.
If you want to discuss prefixes, we did have an in-depth conversation in our product channel. Essentially, it has to be like, as far as my brain works, it has to be a set number of characters. That way, we don't have collisions, or you have like a dash or something. But anyways, go to the product channel, scroll up a little bit, you'll see the whole conversation. And then if you want to participate in prefixes and potentially change them, make sure you say it in the product channel. Yeah, you're not allowed to do an underscore. You can just do one word. Well, one sentence. Not even a sentence. Nope.
5 letters.
That's a good idea, though, actually having the prefix have underscores. But once we make a decision there, then we can maybe open up a little bit. All right, and then the marketing team has made 2 new videos to go out on social media. I know we posted one last week, and then we've got another one coming up here. And then one more thing I wanted to show. During the event, this was our viewership. And so within the span of essentially 30 minutes, our viewership tripled from what we were currently at just to watch that stream. So that was super awesome to see. And I think we had a really great event there. So, all right, and then the last one here is down is good. So this is the 0 point on the y-axis, and this is ingest. So this is streamers. This is the number of streamers basically, but it's bit rate. And this is viewership. So viewership's down, and it's good. Yeah. All right. Because I didn't read that, I think I might have skipped over it. We are testing out an Australian ingest server. So if you are Australian and you want to stream more reliably, open up a streaming help ticket in Discord or send a message in Guilded, and we'll help you out. This is not my mouse cursor. This is my pointer in spreadsheets. Yep. All right, and then there's one more page here. I don't know. Hey, do you want to read this, or do you want me to read this?
Yeah, I can read it.
Go for it.
Either way works. Yeah, so last week we changed around the roles a bit in Discord. We removed the contributor role and opened it up so that anybody can go into the how to contribute section, and you can basically add roles that you're interested in being a part of. But we wanted to clarify because we got some reports that there was a little confusion around it. That change did not change anything on the Glimesh team page. Basically, all we did, the Glimesh team page is specifically to highlight those who have put in a portion of work that has basically helped Glimesh progress forward and helped us to continue to grow. And that page is there really to, kind of make mention of these are people who have helped the team, who have made an effort to truly contribute to the platform in a meaningful way that helps us progress a bit more forward. And we're basically working and discussing on how we can continue to manage and grow that page and kind of get it out there a bit more. And as far as like opening it up to, more people as people become more involved and whatnot. And we'll continue to iterate on the feedback, and as we observe how it kind of works and as we get feedback. And we're wanting to make contributing to Glimesh a fun and fulfilling, rewarding experience for, the people involved. So that's basically kind of the changes, but we just wanted to clarify that the people on that page were not, removed from our team or anything like that. They're still welcome. They still contributed something, and that's basically that's the gist of it.
Yep. Thanks, Ewa. And it's really just that. It's like it's getting rid of the roles that made us a little less inclusive, and then making everyone be able to be a part of that team, be a part of the Glimesh team, just by visiting a how to contribute channel and selecting a tag. So what we want to do is just like Kayla said, we want to figure out an innovative solution to let that about us page on Glimesh. In case you haven't seen it, it's this one right here. So this page was our previous contributors team, and now that we've opened up our contributors team to everyone, we want to figure out how to make this inclusive to all of those people. So that's kind of what we're working on next. All right. Well, cool. That's it. So thank you everyone for showing up tonight. Thank you for watching the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you have any questions, let us know in chat or in the comments. Thank you.